Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. In today's video we're going to be making a classic British cake, which is a Victoria sponge cake. So if you would like to make this, then stay here and keep watching for more. And by the way, if you really want to make it and if you want specific measurements for all the ingredients, then look in the description right down below and it will tell you that if you want to make it. So what you need for this is some sugar, some unsalted butter, 4 eggs, self-raising flour, bicarbonate of soda, vanilla extract or vanilla paste, and a teaspoon, a sift, a hand whisk, and a big large mixing bowl. So the first step to do this is get the butter and put it in your big mixing bowl. Okay, and then also get your sugar and pour it in the mixing bowl like that. So now get your hand whisk and whisk that until it becomes white and pale. So let's do it. Okay, so I've mixed my mixture and this is what it should turn out like once you've whisked it. So it becomes that white, nearly white and pale colour. So next it's time for our eggs and we're going to add them one by one. So let's start by cracking the first egg. Okay, and now whisk it. And this is what we will do with our 3 other eggs. Let's go. Okay, so now we've finished mixing and this is what your batter should now look like once you've added in all the 4 eggs. It should just become a bit more wetter and liquidy. So now it's time to add in our vanilla essence or our vanilla paste. So we open that and we get our teaspoon and we're going to spoon in a teaspoon of that. And now I'm just going to dab that in there. Okay, so now, once we've got our vanilla essence in there, we're just going to give it another short whisk. Let's go. Okay, so now it's time to move on to our dry ingredients. So we're just going to put the wet batter out the way for a second, and we're going to take in our self-raising flour and get out our bicarbonate of soda. So we're also just going to add a teaspoon of that. And we're just going to give that a good mix with our teaspoon. Okay, so now it's time to get our batter, our wet batter back in. I'm just going to move this out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to add our flour and bicarbonate of soda mixture. We're going to sift it into our batter. So we get our sifter and just put it in there to make sure any lumps go away. Okay, there. So once we finish that, I'm gonna grab my spatula This is my new yellow one. And I'm just gonna carefully mix this in so that none of the air bubbles pop. So the trick that I got taught is go around like this and then cut it in the middle so that we do it very carefully so it will rise well so none of the air bubbles pop. So let's keep on doing that until you mix in all the flour. Okay, so I've very carefully mixed in all my flour with the batter, and now it's time to assemble it into our cake tins. So what I did to my cake tins, we grease it with butter or oil, and then you add in some circle parchment, so just for the bottom, so that none of the cake mixture sticks. So now we're going to equally divide it into these two tins. Okay, so now we've done that and we equally spreaded it out too. So it now should look like this, nice and even, so we get two of the same slices of cake. So now we're going to set that in the oven at 175 degrees Celsius for around 20 minutes until you get a skewer, poke it, and it doesn't have any cake batter on it. Okay, so our cake has finished baking in the oven. So we took it out and we checked it with a skewer. As you can see, there's a hole. So now it's time to assemble the cake. So we're gonna start by decorating it. So the normal way of decorating it with white buttercream, but we just have some leftover green one which we're gonna use up. So we've got our first layer of cake, and we're going to squeeze out some of our buttercream onto here. Okay, so we've assembled that, and it has gone a bit messy, as you can see, but that's okay because we're going to cover it later with our next layer of cake. So next, after that, we're going to add some strawberry jam with another knife because we don't want to get it mixed up. So we're going to give it a bit of a mix so that it's fresh. And now we're going to spread it over the top of the layer of buttercream. Okay, so now we've done that and it looks a bit like this. It doesn't really look that nice, but it's going to taste nice, trust me. So now, after that, we're going to cover it with the second layer of cake, which is right here. And then give it a little press down on the top. Okay, so after that, we're going to get a sift with a tiny bit of icing sugar in it, and we're just going to slightly just cover it in a bit of icing sugar so it looks very nice. So this is the final touch. And there we have it, a finished Victoria sponge cake. Okay, so now I think our Victoria sponge cake is looking great to try. So now I'm going to try a small slice. I'm just going to cut it from the middle like you would with a normal cake. There. Wow. So now let's take a small bite out of it and try it just like a sandwich. That was great. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Thank you guys. Bye.